Right, Gabby's alongside me now for the first time in 25 years. The undisputed light heavyweight crown is on the line as Beev takes on Dmitry Bivo.
We are talking two of the best light heavyweights, not just of this era, which is obvious because they're both unbeaten. I think we're talking about two of the best light heavyweights of all time.
The best fight in boxing. The best two light heavyweights in the world fighting for every single belt.
Whoever wins this fight come October 12th is in a great argument to be called the best light heavyweight we've ever seen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Arthur the Turbine!
Dmitry Bivo!
Goes to work, big right hand, uppercut, overhand right.
Nice work there from Bivo, good right hand, followed up, a lot of punches, and he's going to go down here.
I think my fight with Beterbiev did take some out of him.
There's a hook, there's an uppercut, Beterbiev on the attack. Look at him go, oh my word, Beev.
Beev has been down 3 or 4 times already. Usually the weakness in the strong punches is they don't take as good as they give.
An unbelievable fight, a fight for the boxing purists. Probably the best fight in boxing right now.
This is a fight that, for me, can only be an all-time classic.
John is now in the studio, delighted as a man himself, heavyweight boxer. They're on for Boo. Johnny Fisher joins us. Johnny, morning.
Good morning, Johnny.
Morning, Gabby.
Johnny,
great to see you, bud.
are you into cricket at all? Or?
I love cricket, yeah.
Yeah, well, that is amazing.
I heard Joe Root overtook the leading run scorers for England on the same day as his brother's wedding, so he's overshadowed his brother's wedding now.
Right, so let's kick off, Johnny, with Saturday night first of all.
Can we first, Al, can we ask him about his injury? How is your injury? Because it's always bicep, didn't you?
Well, I had a scan about another couple of weeks ago, like a follow-up scan, and the tear it's sewed back together now. Yeah. So I can start.
Well, you look fit.
I can start strengthening it up. So I've still been maintaining a bit of cardiovascular work, a little bit of strength where I can, but now I can really start looking at punching in a couple of.
Because this fight's not long. It's not long.
It's 10 weeks Saturday, so another couple of weeks of rehabbing it, and then hopefully. Listen, I need about 6 weeks of sparring, so I've got plenty of time in the books.
Gabby's looking for a bit of ring action, aren't you?
Yeah,
Gabby?
you told me about that.
No, my Achilles is hurting. So
Doesn't matter. It's punching. It's not your
Stand
legs.
still.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Johnny, this before we go on to your fight, this light heavyweight fight, they're talking about it could be the best of all time. The winner. Do you agree with that?
Well, I like watching as a boxing fan. I love watching Dmitry Bivo. I think his Russian style is really interesting to watch. It takes a lot of energy to box like that, and I think he would cause Beterbiev a few problems. I think that style, the way he can pick and choose when he wants to engage. So I am intrigued by that fight. I think I favour Bivo quite heavily in this fight.
Heavily,
yeah. I really do think
both unbeaten, aren't they?
Sorry,
both
unbeaten.
Lost, yeah.
I think Bivo can stop him.
Funny, the interesting one. I can't wait for Wardley Clark.
Yeah, that's going to be great. I was at the first one. That
Brilliant
was
too, wasn't it? Great fight.
Yeah, a barnstormer. So yeah, excited for that one. And
who wins that?
I think Fraser looks like he's gone up a level in concentration, in focus, and the way he's talking. I think he's really going to bring the heat this time. So they both say, listen, 1 or 2 more punches in 2 or 3 rounds for either guy, and it could have gone either way. So it's interesting in that sense. You can't swing it either way.
Do you remember when you come in last and you said that Daniel Dubois was the hardest punch you've ever received when sparring? Was you not surprised that he got the win? I still had a feeling of shock when it happens, because you think Anthony Joshua, wow, he's going to come through every time, but. When I look back at it now, no, I'm not surprised, because his jab is harder than most heavyweights' right hands.
Is that right? Yeah. It's that good.
His jab, and that's what offset Joshua. Before all the backhands come in, the jab is a horrible jab from Daniel Dubois. So that's what offset him.
Do you think AJ? No one's taken a fight to him like that. Do you think he was surprised that Dubois just from the first bell went, come on then, boom, let's have it?
I think in the whole build-up, he just wasn't phased at all. I remember in the press conference that they done at EJ, he was just like, sorry, what? He just didn't engage. He didn't get overawed by any of the occasion, walking in front of 96,000 people. Yeah, he didn't care. Didn't care.
So, just going back to Saturday, Bivo, you think will stop Beterbiev?
I've put it out there now.
He's knocked everyone out, hasn't he?
No, Beterbiev has knocked everyone out.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
but he's going to get knocked out.
It's quite a bold claim for me, but I can see it happening, because Beterbiev, I remember Callum Johnson fought him a few years back. He dropped Beterbiev. I wouldn't be surprised if Bivol can come through and land. If he lands consistently, he still can punch himself a bit. So we'll see.
Get me Sam and Claire's number, will you? Right. What about now? Yesterday, it was announced that you'll be taking on Dave Allen. We spoke to Dave a few times, an undercard of FuryUsyk in December in Saudi. Pray God your arm's all right. What sort of fighter do you see in Dave Allen?
Dave Allen is someone that I watched when I was growing up. He's the first professional I ever sparred when I was 19, 20 years old. And he battered me a little bit, to be honest. Battered and bruised, and I've looked up to him, and he's that guy, that sort of nearly guy. It's always sort of nearly been there. He fought David Price.
He battered you? What, sparring?
Yeah, I didn't know what I was doing. I stayed in there. I'd done 6 rounds. I didn't get dropped, but I was just getting battered and bruised all around the ring. And
did you land any yourself? Did you?
I landed a couple, but I was just like thinking, Jesus, this is the longest 3-minute rounds in my life. But listen, he's that guy. He's mixed it at a much higher level than me throughout his career, but I'm the fresher guy now. I'm the younger guy. He has been active, but on the small hall circuit the last year or two. But he fought Fraser Clark a couple of fights ago, and I think he'll see this as his last chance saloon to sort of get a few more paydays.
So you're confident?
I'm confident, 100%. But I think a lot of people are writing him off before it's even begun. And I know what Dave Allen's like, and he'll come and prove a point.
How exciting is it as well to be like fighting out in Saudi?
Yeah,
you know, because Turkey and the Saudis, they want to see big fights. They want to see knockouts. Don't they? They want to see like fighters going for it.
Exactly, and my style lends itself to the all action style, but it's also the fact it's on the FuryUsyk bill. When Eddie said that, because we was with the injury, we was meant to fight in Manchester, then it got pushed back to Sheffield, then it was changed to London, and then we was running out of space, and then he said the only really other show we can try and get you on is the FuryUsyk card, and there's not much better than that one, is there? So that worked out okay in the end. So
someone just, my cab driver, Billy the cab, just said, light heavyweight. Don't forget Dennis Andres.
Dennis Andres.
Does that ring a bell?
No, it doesn't.
No. Have a look at it. He was some fighter, by the way.
What, back in the day?
Back in the day, yeah.
I've never heard of Dennis Andres.
The boys will go.
I need to give him a little bit of research.
What was that, 1920 or something?
Oh, look, you shut up.
We're talking about like December.
I remember Dennis Andres. Don't worry about that.
My dad will probably be telling me off right now if he's listening.
Oh, bet you will.
Don't
worry about that. How do you see FuryUsyk going?
Well, it's another one that's too close to call. Fury I thought was going to stop him in round 6, round 7 when I watched the first one, and then out of nowhere Usyk just turns that tide and turns that screw and finishes stronger. But if Fury's on it, he's trained very hard. I would. Do
you think Tyson showboated a little bit too much?
That might have been the difference, then 5% difference.
Because let's be honest, Dubois hurt Usyk, didn't he?
He did. I thought Dubois. Listen, I've seen shots given like that 100 times.
Do you look at it though, Johnny? And I was watching it with some friends, the fight, and like we were all the last 7 rounds, we were like, this guy doesn't stop. This guy's cardio is a different level. Usyk, he's non-stop. You're trying to get away, and he's following you, hunting you down. And that must be horrible to fight against.
And I think the difference sometimes is them little small margins in training when you go that extra round or you do that extra little bit of running, you eat that little bit better. At the top level where everyone is a huge talent, that makes such a difference. And them extra 2-3% paid off. And
he doesn't stop, does he? Coming forward,
doesn't stop. And some of them shots Fury was landing were big shots, uppercuts were coming in, and he just wasn't deterred. And you've got to give it to him. I'm a Tyson Fury Gypsy King fan, but Usyk done more than enough that night.
Yeah, it was great. Right, just going back to Saturday, Ben Whittaker. What do we? A bit of a showboater, but do you think this is a tough fight, isn't it, against Cameron?
Liam Cameron. I watched a bit of his boxing last night. He's tough and an old school British type of fighter, and he had Ben Whittaker didn't have it all his own way in his last fight against Ezra Adrenko. I know him, and he was tough. So Liam Cameron will bring the heat, but Ben Whittaker brings that flashiness, that style that people want to watch.
So, John, I was going to talk. Just go on, Gav.
Sorry, I was going to say, I like Ben Whittaker and what he offers, something different, and it's entertaining. But as boxing fans, you know what I mean? When I watch boxing, and Alan was laughing earlier, I want to see knockouts. I want to see people going through it and trying to finish. Do you know what I mean? Not really like the showboat.
That's why the heavyweights can capture an audience different to some of the other guys.
Because you see knockouts, aren't you?
People want to watch that. The purists might enjoy, or some of them don't, when someone's showboating too much. That puts a lot of the purists off as well. But whatever you think of Ben Whittaker, he's a captivating figure. Course. So he's bringing new eyes.
If you go back to Naz, you know, he could showboat, but he could also hit, couldn't he?
Yeah, that's now the pressure is on Ben Whittaker. Naz was doing it as a world champion. Can he then go up the levels and do it against these guys?
Because imagine Ben Whittaker on Saturday can do the showboat, everyone's entertained, and go, all right, then I'm going to take you out now, and then knock you out. Imagine that.
That's the full package. Then
you'd be getting fights every few months, wouldn't you?
Exactly. But I think Liam Cameron will give him a lot to think about.
I was going to just say, finish off with football. Your club. I was going to say you're a Romford Bull. It's got to be West Ham, but it's not.
No, it's not. West Ham's our local team, but if I'm being honest, football's never really been something I've got worked up over. I've grown up around football, played football as a youngster. But yeah, England's enough stress for me, Alan. So we'll just leave it at that. Well, listen, West Ham's our local.
Good luck with the right arm, and
thanks,
and good luck.
We come back on before the fight, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think we're on for the watch along on Saturday night. So
brilliant,
perfect.
Yeah. Johnny, brilliant.
Great
Thanks,
to see you.
Johnny Fisher, the Romford Bull.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.